Peace, YouTube. This is Flurboom coming to you today to say hey and add for a new topic of discussion. Hey, everybody. How's everyone doing? I'm sorry. Let me fix this. I'm sorry I've been out for a little bit. I haven't made videos, even though tons is going on in your world. The Matrix, the also creative, tyrannical, and ever so shifting Matrix right now. But I wanted to talk about the shift right now. We're actually experiencing, all of us, we're all experiencing the pole shift. Yes, many of you are having all kinds of overhaul in your lives, if not all of you. People are seemingly passing away. We are seeing many of those in the awakened conscious community experiencing physical symptoms, ascension symptoms that are really, really challenging right now. There are also those who have been experiencing those ascension symptoms that are actually now displaying they've unlocked some of their abilities and they're showing up. Whether it's telekinesis, forms of telekinesis, where telepathy, we're seeing people that are now starting to be able to, work with the elements and shift and change them. And those who are permeating in and out of dimensions very easily. Some people are actually having moments of time slip or time travel. Which is another part of permeating in and out of dimensions. We discussed the Mandela Effect, which now in our excuse me, in our to my knowledge, let's say that, to my knowledge, the reason why some of us are experiencing really intense moments in the Mandela Effect is because many people have shifted out of the previous third dimension, Earth, and have permeated into the new 4D, hopefully going to 5D and above, into another dimension and another Earth. They kind of permeated to a coexisting Earth that has a different historical base than the one that they previously came from. So remember how, I think Edgar Casey goes into that. Who else? I don't know if Nostradamus talked about the shift, the permeating into the other dimension. I know Dolores Cannon, rest in peace. I really appreciated her work and her knowledge about the process of ascension and also the different realms of consciousness, also the other dimensional realms. She really went into that I think it's called The Convoluted Earth. She has several books. If you don't know who Dolores Cannon is, please check her out. She has a plethora of resources, especially at this time, and good work. So, hey, yes. I do have to mention something, even though it is not, it is relative to the change occurring now, and it is probably the reason that I am making this video today. There was in a coexisting parallel universe in the Matrix, there was a false flag, but it actually had a lot of casualties in Florida, in Orlando, Florida, where quite a few people were documented as being heinously gunned down by a shooter, and it's tragic because, again, for those who may be in the state or know people personally who were affected, which I know people personally who are affected, so I can very much say that it actually occurred, and to the degree that it to the degree that it was shown. Just there's elements that they're not sharing with you, and which I will not do. Where there's a war being waged right now, a religious war being waged, and that has to do with the fact that religions are being omitted, and because of that, you're going to start seeing a crossfire. Just it's it's smoke and mirrors anyway, because if religion is another formulated form of mind control and conditioning people to follow a certain standard of living and criteria to be able to uphold a certain agenda. Those are being phased out, and because of that, you're seeing fire across lines of different religions. And what you'll start to see play out right now, which you're probably seeing already, is agendas being played out, with the keynote being this tragic event that has occurred in quite a few people's timelines that you're observing. Or if you are part of that world, you've seen yourself personally, which I have. So this is all symptoms of the patriarchal system and the supremacy system leaving. And it's already left, but this is like the last phase of the cleanse, of the clearing up of that paradigm, is omitting all religious bases, especially those that were based in the patriarchal system. So what you're starting to see is shots fired back and forth, all kinds of invoking to incite some sort of ideology about the other. So now, for the last, I think since 2001, there's been obviously a attack of the Muslim faith being waged by the Christian factions. And remember, people, there's wonderful people in all backgrounds, all religions and so on. So whenever you're starting to see one being demonized, it's being demonized for an agenda. Okay, so this incident that happened, that occurred, it is agenda based, and there's more behind the scenes, again, that I can't state out loud, that had occurred during this event that has not been publicized. It's not being put in the public eye for reasons. I don't think they're good reasons, obviously, but it's not for me to, that's not my platform. I'm not here to blow that particular spot, because that's an agenda playing out. And if you're still involved in all these agendas and you're still being affected by something that is really not touching home for you personally, and you're still drawing into other people's agendas, then then that's just where you're at. That's just your form of, that's where you're setting your consciousness is comfortable at right now. And I'm not going to blow that open. I'm not going to blow your spot on that. Allow yourself to go through that process if necessary. So I just wanted to say, I'm sorry, everyone, you're feeling the effects of this change, but this is a good thing. We have to clear, and part of the clearing may be uncomfortable. And some of what you're going through physically right now, many people, if you're able to raise your frequency and match that of the higher realms where we're going, because part of the pole shift is changing people's molecular structure. I mean, just really, people are experiencing lethargicness. We were saying heart palpitations, lack of sleep. They're having, what is it called? Anyway, I forgot the word for it. The English word for it. I forgot. Insomnia. People are having strong bouts of insomnia. There's others that are having numbing in the arms and legs, back aches, all kinds of like weird, I get the pulsating in my first eye, like fast, like because my frequency is raising, and I'm trying to match the planet Gaia, planet Terra's vibration. And because of that, there's no such thing as time. Time is kind of playing, it's trying to weed its way out, because time doesn't really exist. Everything happens kind of on top of each other, or you can just say everything plays out all together, but your perception is based in time. And because the planet is going through this upheaval and everything's playing itself out to clear out, you're physically being affected, which I am as well. So I am not immune to the shifting, because I am very much part of Mother Terra. You know, this copper skin, I'm very connected to the elemental aspects of the earth. I'm connected to her genealogy. So because of that, when she shapeshifts, yes, when she shapeshifts and she's rocking and rolling, I feel it. And my body is trying to acclimate to the changes and clear out also. But you'll see a lot of people are, again, seemingly passing away. And remember, if they have a soul, I always say to you, don't mourn the loss of someone. It's quite freeing to be freed from the vessel, especially going through such a tumultuous time. So that in itself, you know, release people from your fear or your sadness, and really celebrate the fact that they're free, and that they're free to maybe make another choice to come back to the earth in the next next time around. They'll be recycled. Or be thankful and grateful that they'll be able to go into maybe a higher realm and be able to rest. Because it's been quite a experience that we've been having for the last few years, and it's only going to get more intense. And part of why you see me drinking tons of different water is some of these will assist you, because remember, we're going into the Aquarian age. We're getting out of the Piscean age, and we're not in the Aquarius age yet. We won't be there for a while, but we're going in, we're transiting in. And because of that, the element of water is coming about. And I really hope you guys are good with water, and you get it, because I'm going to make another video on that, but you have to be good with water. It's water is cleansing, it's washing away, and water will be the element that transits us from one you know, I always lose my, when I lose my words when I make videos. I talk all day and all the time, and I lose my words. One cycle, and water will wash us into the new. And if you're good with water and you're permeable and you know how to go with the waves and the tide, you'll be fine. But I want you guys to really be good with water and make sure you're hydrating. I mean, I don't care if you're in a cooler region. I'm in a very tropical hot region. So obviously hydration is very important to us. But one of the things, and I'll go into the other video with that, but tonic, a lot of you are going to need this. Tonic is, you know, my mom, thanks, Mom. She reminded me, well, I didn't know this, so she didn't remind me, sorry. She told me that, you know, if you're getting any like aches or muscle stiffness, tonic relieves that, like any muscle spasms. I had no clue. You know, listen, our elders rock. They tell us things that maybe we don't know, and we don't get this information because we're in a chemicalized, nutricide, pharmaceutical corporate arena. But she told me this aids that, and she's absolutely right. So I make sure I add tonic to my regime every day, and it's quite expensive, but it's worth it. Get it in glass. You already know. I told you. I'm gonna make another video. I already told you. Glass, okay? And obviously, water and glass is the best thing. But anyway, I'm going to cut this video off because I want to talk about another topic in another video. I know I haven't made videos, but again, for those going through symptoms, make sure that you're taking care of yourself and you're following your first mind. Where right now, lines have been drawn in the sand, and you're seeing, or you're observing, rather, agendas being played out like balls to the wall. There are people, entities battling right now to try to stronghold a piece of whatever they think they can, because they know that their reign of terror is over, and they just want to hold on to a slither of it and they're going at each other. So try not to play into that. If any of you are coming from strong religious backgrounds, please just observe without any sort of invocation of emotion, because if you're invoked by it and you're getting invoked with feelings or judgments about it, you will be pulled into that paradigm that exists, and that will play out in your particular realm. You'll start seeing that in a personal basis playing out in your world. And you want to kind of pull out from that. We don't want to, if we're seeing something shown to us, never assume it's part of your paradigm. A lot of times they show us parallel worlds that on the news that you don't exist in, but you're observing it. If you're drawn and evoked by it, that's why television is a mind control tool to pull you into other paradigms and parallel universes where that chaos exists. When you're invoked by it emotionally, you are pulled into it. Try to observe things. If you have a hard time doing that, don't watch any news, don't watch any of that stuff, because all it will do will mess with your peace of mind, and you will pull you into the paradigm where those activities, those negative low vibrational activities exist. And then you'll be in that timeline, okay? And those timelines right now are the ones that are going to experience the most upheaval and the most chaotic events in their transformation. And you want to make sure you stay in the higher tiers and the higher vibrations, okay? So physically, take care of yourselves. Try to really stay focused and grounded during this time. We're going to go through quite a few years. This year alone, we're going to see some odd paranormal, mind-boggling things. Observe it and keep it moving. Don't draw into it, okay? So anyway, we shut this video down and go into the water video, which I really prefer to talk about right now because it's a beautiful time. Anyway, peace out. I love you. Behave yourself. And again, keep rising and pay attention and be vigilant. Be vigilant about people, places, and things. Anything around you that seems seemingly off, pay attention. This will always tell you your first mind is your right mind, and always follow your first mind, because that will pull you out of something that could possibly be a hindrance or danger to you. I love you. Peace.